This event, I guess you can say, scarred me to the point that since it's happened, I have not ridden a Greyhound. And when I do ride on public transportation, I don't use a blanket. I will use a jacket or something to keep me warm. And I don't sit next to individuals that look like him. I try to sit away from people. And yeah, I guess that's the way I could put it. I try and sit away from people when I do ride on public transportation. And I feel like it's not okay that somebody can do something to somebody and cause them to kind of change the way they live life from how they normally used to, you know? Hey guys. So I don't even know where I'm gonna start while I move the camera. I have something to share with you all. Only 3 people in my life know about this, and I just feel like it's time that I share it. I feel like it's time that I share this, and it's something that I shouldn't have kept quiet, but I did, and I regret, 1,000 times regret, not speaking up on what I'm going to tell you guys. The only people that know about this is my sister and her roommate, because I told them about it right when it happened. And before I even release this video, upload it, I'm going to make sure that I tell my other sisters, tell my family about. I'm just going to make sure that I tell my family what happened, because I feel like they deserve to know before I release this to the world. And yeah, like I said, this is something that I shouldn't have kept quiet, but I did. But I'm here to talk about it because I don't want anybody else to act in the way that I act when this happened. I want people to be able to speak up for themselves, and not act like you don't have a voice. So this was in 2011, and me and my twin sister went to separate colleges in separate states, and so I was not on my way but leaving from visiting her, from visiting my sister at college. I took a Greyhound bus, which is public transportation. I'm sure most of you know about it. I took the Greyhound because it was cheaper than flying. It got me to my sister pretty fast, and it got me closer to my sister because her school was in the middle of nowhere. On my ride back on the Greyhound, I was sitting by myself kind of towards the back of the bus, and this guy asked if it was fine if he sat right next to me. I said, yeah, that's fine, that's whatever. I was wearing just a regular t-shirt. I was wearing these tore up jeans that I was obsessed with. I had them since I think the 9th grade, and I was still able to fit them. But I was wearing those jeans. But I also had a blanket. I fell asleep with that blanket on me. The blanket probably while I'm sitting down covered from my belly button down, I think. And I knocked out on the Greyhound. I believe it was nighttime. Yeah, it was nighttime when no, it wasn't nighttime. Was it? I don't remember. I knocked out, and when I woke up, I saw that the blanket was kind of down. My pants were unzipped. My pants were unbuttoned, unzipped. And I don't know what happened to me. I don't know what that man did to me. Because I was sleeping. I don't know why I was so knocked out. I don't know how I slept through whatever it is that he did. And it bothers me that I don't don't know what it is that he did to me. I mean, maybe it's best that I don't know. But I don't know what that man did to me. I woke up, my pants were unzipped, and the man next to me he asked me, am I okay? He says, are you doing okay? And I don't know what came over me, but literally the only way I can explain it was that I was stuck. I couldn't get words to come out of my mouth. I feel like I was like in shock. I just sat there, and all I could think was like, what happened? What just happened? A little bit after that, he asks me, would you like me to move seats? Would you like me to move somewhere else? And I shake my head yes, or nod my head yes, and he goes and sits in a different seat. And I don't know why I didn't speak up for myself. I don't know why I didn't tell somebody what happened. I could have had the bus pulled over and had that man arrested or something. But I legitly just sat there like I was stuck. I couldn't move. That's the only way I could explain it. So we get to our pit stop so we can transfer buses, and at the pit stop, I call my sister, and she's with her roommate, and I tell her what happened. I could barely tell her because I am crying hysterically, and I'm still not understanding why I'm not telling anybody. There was cops at the pit stop. I'm not telling anybody. I don't know why I didn't tell anybody. And the man has the nerve to come back around to me with food and ask me if I want a burger. Like, what? I turn away and I walk away from him. I do not know why this man is offering me stuff. I do not know why I am not speaking up for myself, because I know if this mess happened to me today, it would not take me a second to want to you know what I'm trying to say. I would not think twice about turning that man in, and I don't know why I didn't say anything. I get on the next bus. I'm not sure if he's on the bus, but all I know is that I need to sit in the front of the bus. I need to sit by myself. I sit at the front of the bus, and the bus driver that comes on, thank God, because I really do think that God was with me that night, because it is nighttime by this time, and the seat that I sit literally right behind the bus driver, and he, for some reason, I don't even know his reason, hands me this note. Well, it was like a folder, and it says, can you put this on the seat next to you? And that, on the folder, it said, do not sit here. So on the folder, nobody else could sit on that seat that was next to me. And all I know is that was God. And so for the rest of the ride home, I got to sit by myself behind the bus driver. And the bus driver, I remember making a speech saying, if anybody wants to pop off, not his words, but pretty much anybody want to do wrong, anybody trying to act up on this ride, I'm going to pull the bus over and I'm kicking your butt off. I remember his speech. And I'm thanking God, because I know that was all him. And I rode that bus all the way back home. And I didn't tell anybody else what happened. And my message to you all is, if you are sexually assaulted, whether it be directly or indirectly, because I don't even know what happened to me, you need to speak up. Use the voice that God gave you and speak up. Excuse me, hold on. Don't ever feel ashamed of what happened, because it's not your fault. You should not be embarrassed. And you need to speak up. What I regret so much about it is not so much what happened. I mean, I don't even know what happened. But the fact that I did not speak up for myself has bothered me. And this happened 4.5 years ago. This year, in August or September, late this year, we'll make it 5 years since that's happened. and I'm just now speaking about it, like speaking up. I mean, it's never too late to speak up and tell somebody to speak up for themselves, but if this happens to you, if this happens to anybody around you, male or female, you need to speak up. You need to tell somebody, because for all I know, that man can still be about doing what he did to me to somebody else, and I have no idea because I did not speak up for myself. Nobody deserves that. And I just don't want it to happen to anyone else. So I do regret not speaking up, because I don't know. I don't want to, I'm not going to think that way. But speaking up can prevent so many other things that could happen in the future, or that can happen along the way with other people. So I am here to speak up for the first time in 5 years and tell you all to make sure you speak up if this ever happens to you. Make sure you tell somebody if it happens to somebody around you and they're not, and they're in the same boat as me and don't speak up. I need you to speak up for them. Let them know that that's not right, and that speaking up can help save somebody else down the line. And for those of you who have gone through something like this, you are not alone. And if you have spoken up for yourself, I commend you, because I was not brave enough at the time to do that for myself, and I so regret that. And I don't know why I kept quiet for so long, but I will have links down below in the description for those of you who do need somebody to talk to, for who you should contact if this is to happen to you. And just know that I am praying for each and every one of you. And if this has happened to you, I am so sorry, because nobody deserves to go through something like that. But I mean, I'm glad that I'm talking about this. I'm glad that I let this go. Even though it's 5 years later, I'm glad that I said something. And that is it at the end of this video. I honestly feel so much better now that I have released that. And I don't have to hold on to that anymore and hold that in anymore. There was no reason to hold that in. And I'm glad that it's out. But yeah, this is the end of this video. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.